Hey everyone. So here's really exciting to bring a new community to everyone. It's called Military. What it is, it's a private wealth accelerator for military and veterans. And why do we say it's for military and veterans? It's because we're going to be using a lot of tools that only military and veterans can leverage, like a VA loan and some VA benefits stuff. And while this can be applied to anyone, to anyone's finances, it's really meant for military and veterans. But hey, if anyone wants to sign up, they're more than welcome to. That also includes military and veteran spouses. It's very important. They usually are the ones at home dealing with a lot of the finances while the other spouse is out serving. So it's also welcome to have spouses. So what really is this? What are we building? So kind of before we get going here, really like to show people. So a little bit about me. I was active duty for 11 years, still a current reservist, 1 year left, worked in mortgage industry for about the past 6 years. And I reviewed thousands of mortgage applications for veterans and military members. And I've really found that there's a lot of discrepancies of online education, of really how to build wealth. And for me, how to accelerate wealth. Closed about $90 million worth of loans. This is kind of a cool one, kind of a side hustle. I've made over $500,000 in side hustles in the past 3 years, and net worth by over 7 figures by the time I was 39. And so I'm really just trying to pour all of my knowledge back into a community and back into a course. So I'm really excited to show this to everyone, and we're going to kind of get into show you exactly what we do. Always a couple cool things, amazing job helping people with VA loans. And we love to communicate. And the whole premise of this course is going to be with accountability and really making sure people get the value out of it. So we're going to kind of slide over there. There's kind of two parts to the what we're building in this community. You're going to have a community aspect and you're going to have a course aspect. So it's actually built out right in here and really cool to show people. So we have a community, and then we're going to have learning. We're going to have different parts in it. But really what I want to show people is, why do you need to learn how to accelerate your wealth? So whenever you came into the military in your young 20s, maybe mid 20s, I feel like it's like a TSP you can do, but there's not a lot of information out there about really how to, leverage the tools you're given as a service member. So kind of want to just show you all a little bit behind the scenes of what we're building and see if it works for people. But the course is 29 modules. All of them are less than 5 minutes long, and it's meant to kind of be used as a digital resource for you. And so when we say use your VA loan like a pro, what are we talking about with, your COEs, bonus entitlements, learning how to house hack? And so when you really get in here using your loan like a VA pro, it really is important to understand as a veteran, like, what is house hacking? You can, maybe if you want to buy a duplex, a triplex, a quadplex, you can use rental income on certain the other units, and you live in one of them. Understanding how the funding fees work. These are really crucial. If you don't understand a funding fee of when to use your intent to file date, and you've already separated, and then you end up buying a house, you could inadvertently pay $10,000, $15,000 on a funding fee you didn't need to. And that's what I'm trying to get out to everyone is, like, there are these little bitty nuances you need to know about VA loans that can really help you and actually save you a ton of money. And that's why we're building this out, is to help people. And so you have some finances, VA loan assumptions. I've done a lot of them. I've helped people with them. So you can really get the knowledge, and this is where it's going to be stored at, okay? We have the house hacking and stuff like that, and who qualifies. So that's a little bit about how to use your VA loan like a pro. Money mindset. It's really important to understand it. I didn't know this about myself until my late 30s, is you need a bulletproof mindset. Where did your money mindset come from? Most likely it came from your parents or an influential adult that you had in your life that, would say things about money. We can't buy that because of what? We can't do this because of money. And it will anchor in your mind and in your subconscious. So when you start making money, you'll start repeating those same beliefs, right? And so this is a way that we built the system, really establish a money mindset that supports your financial goals rather than just relying on what's been told to you. And it's really important right here, scarcity to abundant mindset. It's important to understand as, you go from our great grandparents from Great Depressions into, the 50s, the 60s, the money mindset has changed tremendously. And so it's really important to go from like a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, because that's really where you thrive. And that's where you really push forward of accelerating your wealth. Is you will have to have an abundance mindset, because you'll be taking a couple different risks and different things that, might feel uncomfortable. So it's really important on your mindset. Okay, then we have VA benefits. Why am I so big on this? Is a lot of people don't file for VA benefits. And why is it crucial to understand? This is how you accelerate your wealth. Maybe it's you get a VA compensation. I don't ever advocate if you just to file to get one, but most of us came in the military one way and we came out a different way. And it's important to just get those earned benefits. And so that's one thing we say is like, hey, let's, we have a whole section of like VA disability compensation, tax exemptions. This is so important to understand, is you got to get in these communities where people are discussing this, not just a Facebook group, but like a really detailed community. Because, for instance, I live in the state of Georgia. They cap the property taxes if you have 100% or more VA disability. Some states even waive your property taxes with certain disability ratings. So it's really important to understand your state tax exemptions. Then you have educational benefits. You have a vocational and life insurance. So it's really important to, if you're going to try to accelerate your wealth, you need to know how to play defense with your taxes and offense with your money, as I say. And that is something that a lot of people don't do. They don't learn how to play defense with the taxes, especially if you have some VA benefits. It can also reduce your taxes. So I really bring that in here. Okay. Then I call this the no BSS strategy, the beliefs, standards, and strategies. What the heck does this mean? Good debt versus bad debt. How to learn to cut an inflation lifestyle, or lifestyle inflation. You make more, you spend more. But what happens is you get taxed more, so it actually the margin suppresses, and it actually can hurt you if you start spending more. And so we built out a whole module about doing cash flow analysis, ruthlessly build your emergency fund, cut the lifestyle inflation. And this is really important to understand. This goes into these no BSS financial strategies. They're very basic. We're not getting into a lot of like, hey, invest in this one stock. It's like, no, let's learn about how to build wealth automatically. Let's learn about eliminating consumer debt with a battle plan. We have a whole spreadsheet of exactly how we do that. It's going to load up. And so we walk you through it. This is about a 4-minute module, and we're going to show you exactly how to get rid of that consumer debt. Snowball method or avalanche, doesn't really matter. Let's pick one and let's go for it. Okay. Protect yourself. That's why I said protect your six, right? Your insurance, your legal, your security stuff. Always want to get in there. So this is a part of the core stuff. No BS financial strategies. Like I said, they're right in here in the learning section. Then we get this is the really fun part. So this is how you're going to accelerate your wealth. And I've been in coaching for a long time, and this is so important, is what I'm about to tell you next. Weekly group coaching. We learn from each other. I'll bring topics. I'll usually hit one of these 4. And we're going to openly discuss these things with each other. Why? Because you got to start getting around people doing the same thing, and iron strengthens iron, and it really starts pushing everyone forward. In a community. And we're going to show you later in this video exactly how I do it with clients. And I've helped several clients dig out of debt to just start building, their money mindsets, using their VA loans, they're earning money, their equity. This is how you're going to really accelerate. You have the course, and then you got to get in on this side. I feel like, why am I doing it this way? I found there were so many, quote, course gurus out there, and you got to have a community to hold discipline, the accountability, the routine. You need client support to really hold your feet to the fire, because that's what we're doing here. Is we're going to teach you how to accelerate your wealth and doing it. Okay. So we're going to have the weekly group coaching calls. Okay. Then we're going to have workshops. Why do I love workshops? Because Workshops is a quick hit strategy, I call it. Okay. We're going to talk about how to live a perfect calendar. What does a perfect calendar look like? Okay. Stable approach budgeting. You're going to get all my spreadsheets of exactly how I do budgeting, my personal ones. And we have people that will come in and they'll teach along with me. And I think that's really important because a lot of people just, if you live your life on automatic, you're just going to go by the wayside of what the world is teaching you. Spin, credit cards. And I think it's the weekly coaching with workshops. It really, really helps. Okay. And we're also going to share wins with each other. Okay. Hey, maybe we bought a house. We're starting to build equity. Maybe we paid off some debt. We're going to celebrate. This is a community to celebrate each other. Because I'm telling you, it really pushes people forward when they can see the wins of others. And it keeps you motivated and it keeps you accountable and it keeps you disciplined and it keeps you wanting to stick with it. Okay. Advanced topics. Now, these are going to be topics of, hey, once we're good on emergency fund, we got our strategies down, our money mindset's good. These are advanced topics. Why do I call them advanced? It is absolutely ridiculous to build a side hustle if your finances aren't set, because what's going to happen is you're going to make money, you're going to spend it. You want to make money and keep it. Okay. I've generated over $500,000 on side hustles and I've opened multiple companies. I have this one dialed in pretty solid to really help people if they want to accelerate their wealth. You're joining this course community to accelerate your wealth. That is why we say it's a private wealth accelerator for military and veterans. Okay. Okay. Then we're also going to get into how does private equity work? What is private equity? We have some guest speakers that are going to do workshops for us, and they're going to teach you about what is an accredited investor. And these are advanced topics. These are saying, hey, once we got everything locked in, maybe this is year 2 and 3 for you, but I'm going to really break that down to people of like, how does private equity work? I had no idea until I learned and someone taught me. So that's kind of the advanced topics. And they're all going to be recorded over here, and we're going to pull them in the calls and recordings. Everything's going to be recorded for you. So if you miss an episode or workshop, we're going to have it in here for you. So we're really excited here. Okay. So who is this for? Okay. And I always like to say this is a private wealth accelerator for military and veterans. Okay. Why? Because we're using tools that only us have access to. Military service members, active duty reservists, National Guard veterans, spouses. This is a blueprint to build the wealth and to accelerate wealth while you're serving or you're out. And you want to master your money. More importantly, you want to build wealth to get freedom. And I don't like the term, let's just build to get freedom, okay? I like this because everyone has their own reason. So it could be to pay for your kids' college. It could be to buy a lake house. Whatever you want to build wealth for, it's your definition. And you can change it at any point. Okay, there is a cost to this. So you can hop on an enrollment call with us and we'll review all that with you. But what I have found is you have to put skin in the game. I've been in coaching for a long time. And what I've learned is if you have no skin in the game, if you're going to burn out, you're going to flame out, you're going to say it's not worth it. This is about very intentional people who want to accelerate their wealth. And listen, this isn't for everyone. And I want to be very clear about that. This is not for everyone. It's for people who want to be disciplined, they want me to hold them accountable. We're going to have a community with it, and we're going to share a bunch of wins. We're going to make a bunch of money. But I just really want people to understand this is not for everyone. But if you follow it, the ROI will be 10x plus over a lifetime, okay? Okay. Who this is not for? Okay, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The work. This will be work. It will be accountability. It will not be enjoyable in some sections when you're making decisions of, really getting into budgeting. Let's pay off some debt. This isn't for people who aren't open to changing their money mindset. I don't like to coach people who want to sit here. We enroll, and we've coached several people. Before this, I was in Dave Ramsey coaching. Like, we have coached a lot of people in this, but let me tell you, you have to be coachable. What you don't want is people that sign up and then they want to tell you every reason they can't be coached. So I just say, keep an open mind. Let people pour into you. It is okay to have one belief and then we change it to another belief, that is okay. And you can actually hold two beliefs at the same time. But this is a very proven way to do things. I say no to all. Please stay away. If you want to hop in a course and tell people what to do, just this isn't for you. Okay. Why do beliefs that I say keep you stuck? Okay. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Delaying decisions, create chaos. Like, you figuring out later is not an option. Okay. That just delays the pain, right? So the pain of now is the pain of later. It's still going to be pain. Okay. So we don't figure it out later. We have a plan. That's what we do. And that's how we execute. I don't make enough to get ahead. Complete BS. You can do this on a very low salary because what we're doing is we're setting the plan to accelerate the wealth. Okay. And so I mentioned that because like if we set it up early, it's a huge 10, 15, 20x result. And it's very simple. Okay. You always have enough. It's more of maybe we have to cut some lifestyle inflation. Maybe we have to get a side hustle. Maybe we have to learn these things, but you have enough to get ahead. It's more of a mindset than it is a pocketbook. Money's complicated. I'm just not good at it. You cannot tell yourself that. You have to tell yourself that I'm learning I'm getting better with money. I'm learning how to budget better because the beliefs we store is what's going to come. And you don't want to have a belief that creates avoidance where you're not doing it. The truth, like you can learn this and its simplicity will win. If I ask for help, it means I failed. Nope. I'm in coaching all the time. I do high level coaching. I do entrepreneur coaching. I ask for help all the time. I can 100% tell you that the people winning in these spaces are in coaching and they are truly, truly getting coached. I've messed it up too much. Nope. Most people are stuck in shame and they're like, it won't work for me. This absolutely will work for you. If you have a mindset and you're coachable, you just got to get rid of some of the guilt. And even if you're holding the guilt yourself, just get rid of it. And you take a small step. Book an enrollment call with us. We'd love to help you out. And you're going to say, what does this even look like? Well, we've thought about that. Okay. So we have a whole system here to keep you accountable. And why am I showing you this? This is all behind the scenes. And I show this to people so they know exactly what they're getting when they hop on an enrollment call and you start doing the course. Is these are all for us on the back end, but what do you get here? Okay, we're gonna have a check-in with client support. Then we're gonna have one-on-one. Once you've gone through those courses, okay, you're gonna book a one-on-one call with me. These last from 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Okay, clients should have modules 1 through 4. That's what we're doing. We're gonna go over this. We're gonna go over your budget together. We're going to dig into the finances, really make sure you have a customizable schedule, okay? And make sure you know where you're launching. Hey, I want to start using my VA loan in the future. Well, good news is I know probably more about mortgage than most people do. I own and operate a 7-figure mortgage company, and I can tell you exactly where to get, how to leverage your VA loan, even if you're not buying right now, but in the future, you want the blueprints now, okay? So we're going to talk all about that stuff. Okay. Then we're going to have check-ins with you. Okay. We're going to make sure your monthly budget is fixed. Okay. I have a spreadsheet. You can use some different tools, right? Make sure our money mindset is solved. Another check-in there. Make sure we are set up here because once your budget gets set, your mind gets set. Okay. Now we're looking at our VA benefits. Okay. We have some really cool workshops coming of some people that really can help veterans, some ones that have personally helped me. We're going to make sure your VA benefit questions are solved, okay? VA loan is solved. These are all client check-ins with you, and we're going to make sure you're getting those check-ins, okay? Then you graduate, right? Well, you graduate from the course, but you're always in the community. And this is meant to be done in a quick manner. Probably about 2 to 3 months is when I want people locked in the coursework, okay? And then the community part, you'll be in the community, you'll be in there working, asking questions. This is going to keep evolving too. We have a lot of resources to pour into this community with, like I said, bring in the workshops, bring in, VA loan stuff can get really interesting. So, we can really help people walk through that. But really the money mindset, the budgeting, this goes all back to, we're going to have discipline, accountability, and routine. So if you don't want those things, don't sign up for an enrollment call. But if you do want those things and you want help, and if you want to learn how to really, like I said, this is a private wealth accelerator for military and veterans, book the enrollment call. Let's hop on. Let's really figure out how we can help you. My team can help you. But anyhow, here it is. It's going to be awesome. The best part about this is as this grows, like right now, you're going to have a lot of access to me. As this grows, to 2,500 to 3,000 people, it'll be less access. We'll always do the one-on-ones, but right now is the best time to kind of hop in, with it being as we open up the enrollments for it, because you're going to have a lot of access to me and it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyhow, have a good one.